Right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on with professional K1 over 3-minute rounds of action. And would you welcome first into the red corner, representing KO South, Jordan Smith. 3-minute rounds of professional K1. Smith in the red, LIKOMTROS in the blue.
To professional K1 action over 3-minute rounds, and the taller of the two men there is Jordan Smith from KO South in the red corner, and from Greece in the blue corner, Dimitris LIKOMTROS. Big support here for Jordan Smith, looking to walk his man down immediately. Chopping low leg kick, which is replied immediately by LIKOMTROS.
And a very wide stance for Smith as he gets tagged twice with that kick incoming from the Greek. Man, would you look at the arms and the shoulders on his opponent, man. Dimitris is a beast. But young Smith, a very highly touted prospect, will certainly not want to disappoint tonight in front of the hometown fans.
That's right, and he's finding it difficult at the moment to get momentum going. And again, this being K1, they have to break immediately if technique isn't thrown. Big knee there from Smith.
And a great check though from LIKOMTROS.
Chopping low kick replied by Smith.
And Smith with good coverage there with his guard up as LIKOMTROS initiates the clinch this time. Very interesting. A very sort of dicey fight, a very cagey affair.
Well, we've said before, Chris, sometimes you can look like mirror images of each other. And these two remind me of that, very similar in style and technique and what they want to do.
And sometimes the skill set, as you did say, Malcolm, can, to a certain extent, cancel each other out. But the knees have been devastating from both men.
Well, you'd expect the knees from KO South. They're drilled for the Muay Thai as well as the K1. And immediately when they go into the clinch, you can see them working for that. But under the K1 rules, the strike has got to be simultaneous.
Greece also with a really top-notch Muay Thai and K1 scene. So it's great to see these two meet tonight on an international stage here in London.
And again, Jordan Smith switches naturally from orthodox to southpaw.
LIKOMTROS orthodox, now Smith orthodox.
Well, that Smith knee just missed the face of LIKOMTROS. The second one did land to the midsection.
Fastball right hand from the Greek. Nice right kick, but he ran into a little bit of a knee there as it skimmed right along the midsection.
That's the danger when it's professional K1 like that, especially when you're in full flow coming forward. And Smith, I like the way he throws that knee. He doesn't need to clinch. And he's actually throwing the knee free form there before he actually even gets to the clinch. And you saw he was willing to do it again, and did so again before he actually gets the traditional clinch in.
And you can see Smith trying to push out of the clinch, then re-grab again. Ref's gonna separate him here though.
Yes, good stuff with Smith, and that's what I like about him, because if you look at the rules in their entirety, it doesn't mean you can't knee. He knees as he's coming into the clinch, knees in the clinch, and when they disengage. And that was a fascinating round for me.
It was definitely a little bit messy from the get-go, but what seemed to really take the pace towards the end was a couple of right hands from the Greek, and then of course the knees from Smith.
You're right, it was a messy start, both men looking to find their way in, but countering each other in a negative way, in the fact that the mirror image didn't work for them. And then suddenly, as you said, the boxing from the Greek came in, and it seemed to wake Jordan Smith up, because what he did then was he started to throw the knees before the clinch, during the clinch, and just as they disengaged as well. All totally legal. The only knee that was thrown in the clinch was clean, but before that he would jump into it. And I feel the last 30 seconds slowly but surely turned Jordan Smith's way.
And I think I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. A very close round, but Smith should have stolen it. We will see how things continue to bubble up here tonight in London as the second comes along.
Two of three, and big support for the local lad Jordan Smith from KO South, and looking immediately again to put Dimitris on the back foot. A nice turn as well, looks for the right hand, Dimitris throws it back. And the thing I like about Jordan here, Chris, is he almost breaks naturally after the technique. He doesn't need to be told by Faisal referee to break. He comes in, he engages, pulls away, then engages again. And the problem for Dimitris is when they finally lock up, there's no chance for him to do the technique. The ref then separates them, the knees come in, and now the ref will separate them.
Just over 30 seconds into this one, and you can already see, as Mr. Malcolm Martin so wisely pointed out, the interruptions from Smith.
And again, he's kneed, he's clinched, they break naturally. But Dimitris, each time they clinch, it's almost as a defensive measure not to get his technique away. And again, he went for the clinch, and the right knee was instinctive from Jordan.
In the contrast, you could see Wentz a couple of times on those knees. Hit him in the stomach. But I like the fact that Smith is remaining aggressive, and I like the fact that he's keeping the pressure on right now.
That's the key here in this round, Chris, as you rightly said, pressure. And again, he's instinctive with his knees. These two things are really making the second round have a much wider divide between the two men. LIKOMTROS has not come to terms with the way that Smith is coming in with this aggression. And there's that knee to the head. And this knee was in the exchange. There was no clinch.
Massive connection there from Smith. 20 seconds to go here in the round. Less than a half a minute in regulation.
And Smith is looking for those higher knees now to the face of LIKOMTROS. He's a tough customer, but he's found Smith hard to deal with here in the second, Chris.
And Smith is looking to unload heavy leather. LIKOMTROS is super tough, though. I mean, he has not backed down at any moment.
No, the problem for him is that whenever they clinch up, he's second best every time. And a lot of the time, the clinch is a defensive maneuver for him.
We'll see whether Smith goes in. Showing the knee there, I love it. He's got it prepped and ready to rock. No doubt he's got alternative options as well, but that knee is always there for him.
And there again, Chris, this is what I like about the man. He throws that knee with no need for the clinch. And I think this is really what's kept LIKOMTROS on the back foot. And again, look, he throws the knee, then the punches, which is saying to the referee, I've disengaged. Then the knee comes back in. See? The uppercut. So this knee is now totally legal again. A huge finish.
And a frenzy there from Smith. Textbook clinch management. And it's the end of the round.
So Chris, this was a huge turnaround. Smith really came to life, and what he's doing is he's kneeing on the way in, he's kneeing in the clinch, he's kneeing on the way out. He'll throw a cluster of punches, then come back in and knee again, throw punches, come back in again. Sadly for Dimitris, when he's clinched up, it's almost as a defensive maneuver. He's not got the technique going, and that last 30 seconds was a real blitz that he did well to survive.
And it's Smith's ability to make him freeze in those positions. It's not the fact that he's incapable of standing. We know the Greek is super
It's all
tough.
over. It's been called off, Chris. After 2 rounds, they've seen enough.
And it's the end of the fight. Smith has won by way of a referee stoppage after the corner said their fighter was unable to continue.
As always tonight, ladies and gentlemen, superb action.